Guess who's back? The man in black. What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Badwolf. It has been some time, but that's okay because your boy has been busy. Doing what, might you ask? Well, spin with me, if you will. Oh, yeah. Got all the books, got all my collection in the master new office for doing business in the private. So, I want to take this time to say thank you to all the people who have been supporting me for all these years. It's really quite amazing how many of you guys have been like, I've been watching your videos since day one, but also want to thank all the people who've recently just came across this information. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And from your favorite non-belligerent, non-combatant idiota, if you don't know what that meaning of that word is, then you might want to look it up. But anyway, so thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for buying the files. Thank you for supporting with the Badwolf paid monthly subscription service. Thank you. The numbers are getting up there finally. So that's pretty nice. So thank you. That is just another way of providing a donation to help curb the cost of doing this full time, so I can learn this stuff and bring it to you guys. And what will be happening, I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek. You might have seen this, but this right here is an ID making machine, because eventually we're going to be creating our own IDs and they will be for sale by me in the private to you. All right, so get your status corrected, or get it corrected right here. More things are coming. Anyway, so moving right along, I definitely want to say that this particular video is about the secret Form 4232, okay? Or also known as the PS Form 4232. Now, when I say secret, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like super exclusive and you have to know somebody and have a special handshake like you're a Mason or something. But what it does mean is that it's very little known to most people, okay? So what is the 4232? The Form 4232, it's a form based, well, obviously here it is. You guys may not be able to see it real clearly, but it's a rural customer delivery instructions form, okay? Now, the use behind and the meaning behind this form is if you have a household full of people and you are tired of getting other people's mail that don't even live there anymore. Well, normally most people will ask the delivery people to stop sending that, and they'll say, well, you have to fill out the proper form. There's a mail stop you can actually even get, but the 4232 is a little bit more unique, okay? Now, for those people who are in the private Wolfpack group, they know I talked about this particular form months back, okay? So that's one of the incentives to be in the private area. So, but now I'm bringing this to the public, on the public side, and it is a public form, so it's not like it's, a super secret master form, but it is very powerful, okay? I want you to understand how powerful this form is. So, with this form, you have 10 spaces on here where you are able to choose 10 names of the only people in your household that you want to have mail sent to you. Now, of course, as always, guys, this is educational information from your favorite non-belligerent, non-combatant, treated the United States, lovable wolf that is bad most of the time. Or sometimes. Should I admit that? Anyway, let's carry on. So, the way I have filled out my form, and I'll go into the highlights and superfluities of it momentarily, is that you want to use, it says last name, first name, and middle name. Okay? So what you're doing is you're telling them who lives at your house, who's got the power. I got the power. Sorry. So I use my given name. Now, when you use your given name instead of your corporate name, you're letting them know that you are a living entity and that living entity lives at your house, not your corporate entity, your business trust, your public transmitting utility, your strawman, your nom de guerre, which means war name in Latin. Okay? Doesn't live here. Well, actually, they never really lived here. They were registered here, but they never were living. So that entity is deceased. Hold on a second. kind of like this stamper that says deceased on there. So if you're getting something for an entity that you no longer use and they won't recognize your name change, oh yes, get you a deceased stamper. Now keep in mind that in the United States, there's actually no law that says you can't, well, one, claim yourself as deceased or create your own affidavit for that, which I'll be making one of those soon for people. But there's no law against faking your own death as long as you don't profit, like financially, from an insurance on it. So if your straw man is deceased, which they all are because they're not living entities, that's why the birth certificate doesn't say live birth on there. Remember, the entity was born, birthed, you were born. There's a difference. They birth ships, vessels, Admiralty Maritime Jurisdiction. Okay. Let's get back to it. All right, so on the first line, you want to put your living or given name here. So for me, it'd be James C. of the Lovett Nation, okay? Now, your post office, you're going to find your local post office on your, whoever the closest one is to you. Put their address here. Your house number is going to be obviously the 4 digits of your house number or whatever you have in place. Try to squeeze it all in that box. If not, add an additional piece of paper in there so that they can know your address. Just the number part. Next to it, the street name, obvious. Our apartment number if one is there. Otherwise, above that, it says route number. Now, the route number and the box number, okay, you can get that from your postal carrier. Okay, they're going to be able to know what your route number is and what your box number is. Otherwise, you can go online to usps.gov or .com, I think it is .com, excuse me, and you can go to the address lookup tools, usually in the quick tools, okay? Once you do that, you're going to pull down a screen, and on that screen, there's going to be underneath it, when you hit details, there's going to be a section that says detailed information about your house and your route and your box, whatever. What you're going to use on there is, it says obviously route number, so that's your route number. You're just going to start with a letter like C something and then give you like 3 or 4 numbers after it. So there you've got your route number. Your box number is usually located as 4 other numbers on there, and there's not a whole lot of information other than those 2 things that you can use, and it's going to be like 4 numbers, okay? So if you don't use the address lookup tool on USPS.com, and remember guys, .com means commercial. So all these things that they're using are commercial entities, all right? That's why the military has .mil, because it's a military application, all right? Or .edu education. So you're operating in commerce. Remember, they're operating in commerce. Remember, yeah, you get it. All right, so you put the box number or you ask your postal route delivery person what the box number is, and they'll give it to you. It's not going to be the same as your address unless there's something kind of a special situation. So use one of those 2 things and find it. Hey, wake up. All right, so phone number, you put that in there as well. Include the area code, blah, blah, blah. On the left-hand side, you read the instructions. It says, you want them to leave the mail outside the mailbox? And this is if you have packages that need to be signed and you're not home. So for me, I just put the leave in other location. I said just leave it on the porch or else leave it in the box on the side of the house, whatever. Okay. You're going to, the signature, remember we autograph things, okay? So you're going to use your given name. So once again, James C. of the Lovett family. And then for me, I usually put comma and then beneficiary on there, but you don't have to. But however you want to sign it, or excuse me, autograph it, that's what you want to do here, okay? Because you're no longer signing things, signs for the corporation. You're no longer signing things, you're autographing. So this is going to tell the Postal Service that you are a private person. All right. Now here is the kit and caboodle, as they say, all right? The coup d'etat. So there's spaces for 10 names. Whatever exact format you put your name and its variations, or the people who in your house in which they live, these are the only people that will be getting mail. So, first of all, downside, you better make sure you change your name with your credit card companies, because there's a little name change on there that you can put for your mail. Okay, your mailing address. You want to update your mailing address and your mailing name, not necessarily your contract or agreement. That's what you want to do. That's you want to do it. But you want to make sure that that happens, because otherwise the mail should not, in all actuality, come, because it's only going to go to them. So, educational hypothetical world anyway. Ready? All right. Welcome to the world of pure education. Anybody sending me mail for James Lovett, James C. Lovett, it's not coming through. Now, your normal stuff like your water bill, your whatever general mail, that's still going to come through. But the previous chick, Bonnie, who used to live here, God knows how many years ago, I still get mail for her. Thanks, Bonnie. It's no longer going to be coming through, because I just told them that if it's not one of these 10 names exactly, I don't want it. It's not coming through. And then also in the world of education, and that's weird, is let's say that, I don't know, somebody's trying to track you down underneath your government name, you know, for let's say a creditor. Well, this was the last known address, but according to the post office, he's not registered as living here. So we don't know where to tell you to find that corporate entity. It's not here. Now, I don't know how else you could use this. So hold on, I got court. Excuse me. So anyway, it's dusty in here. So if someone's sending you information that is no longer you don't use that name, that corporate entity is dead, it's no longer registered here, and you've told these places to leave you alone, and you've done the DMV opt out, then this would be your way to make sure that your truth of your natural person's name is updated in all of the correct ones. So by that, what do I mean? So for me, I would have Lord James and then Lovett. So if it's not Lord James Lovett on there, they shouldn't be sending me any more mail for James Lovett or James C. Lovett, because those, though seem the same, legally and lawfully, are not the same. It has to match exactly. That's why sometimes mail doesn't get to you, is because the name that they might have sent something to you ain't getting there. And also, if somebody was using your given name and sent it to your house, it's probably why I didn't make it, because it's not a registered name at that house. All right, the more you know. So that's it. Now you can either give this by handing it over to your mail carrier, your postal carrier, or you can mail it to your local post office. But what I would suggest doing, for me, I filled mine out in red. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Blue, whatever. But I put on their attention to the postmaster, or sometimes they call postmaster general or something like that. But to the postmaster and confidential. I want him to have it. I don't want any low-level functionaries having it. No offense to those people. But I want him to know what I'm doing. I want VIP service for somebody who's VIP. So that's it, guys. That's it. Badwolf is over and out. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit that bell, like, subscribe. Check out Black Site 32 and all the usual places. Any information you want on the wardrobe, the gear, the hats, the book bags, the mugs, check out down below. If you don't have it as an accessible point, then by all means go to blacksite32.com, and then you can see all of the links for the merchandise and apparel. Otherwise, take care. Continue to support your boy. Thank you guys for spreading this information. I'm seeing a whole lot of people out there using my videos and ain't giving the wolf some credit. So at least give me a shout out. I ain't asking for no money. Unless you're going to do it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bad Wolf is over. And 3, 2, 1, contact.